Let's look some more into this now. We can speak to Sama Shahata, Professor in Middle Eastern Studies at the University of Oklahoma. Professor, thank you very much for your time. What do you think to that question Mark posed at the end there? Will we know the truth of what happened here?
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to know. And the Saudis, of course, are not going to tell us. And it seems like Mr. Trump is not sincerely interested either. And our fear now is that Mr. Erdogan and the Turks are going to make some kind of deal or accept this story of a rogue agent or an interrogation gone wrong. I think that leads to more questions, but to answer your question, I don't think, unfortunately, we're going to know exactly what happened. But our suspicions are, I think, likely to be true, that he was murdered.
And what do you make of the reports in the American media that the Saudis are considering admitting there was an interrogation that went fatally wrong? Even reports in the New York Times suggesting there was among the group of Saudi agents who came to the consulate a doctor specializing in autopsies, that the group brought a bone saw with them, suggesting there was something clearly more planned.
Well, that's correct. And this is contradictory evidence. Their talk of something gone wrong or a rogue agent, as it were, is an attempt to dig themselves out of this hole, which they can't dig themselves out of. And it's also an attempt to minimize culpability, to say that, yes, maybe this happened, but it wasn't sanctioned, it wasn't ordered by the Saudi government or the Crown Prince. Now, I don't think anyone is going to believe this. Donald Trump might mimic it for his own interests and so on, but it's hardly believable.
The Saudis have called this fake news by enemies of the country who must pay a price. But the arms deals go on. The slaughter and starvation continues in Yemen. Is it your impression then that this is all containable, that as the news cycle moves on, it will just be kind of forgotten?
Well, I hope not. I hope not for many reasons, because I think this really indicates, it sheds light on the way the Saudis operate, not just in the consulate in Turkey, but also, as you implied, in terms of the bloody, devastating war in Yemen, in terms of the needless escalation of a cold proxy war and sometimes a hot war with Iran, in terms of human rights in Saudi Arabia and elsewhere. But it does seem that the individuals in charge of the United States and of Saudi Arabia want to put this under the bridge so that they can go on with their arms deals and business as usual. I hope that we don't forget.
Professor, thank you very much indeed.